much does a bench coach actually do, and what should you expect out of Brad Ausmus with the Yankees?
You are Locked On Yankees, your daily New York Yankees podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Yankees, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. Go visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. With me, as always, is my producer, Steve Granado. Steve, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Stacey. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for clicking on the show here today. Hey, we're still five days a week, including Thanksgiving. We're here. We're here for you. We're still here. On today's show, we're going to be taking a little break from baseball. We do this on occasion, and we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving later on in the show. Of course, we're also going to be telling you what we are thankful for. We also have the Locked On Yankees insiders telling us what they are thankful for here in the Yankees world. So we're going to be doing that later on in the show. But of course, strictly biz here up top, Stacey. The Yankees making the announcement here this week that Brad Ausmus has been hired as the Yankees' new bench coach. We have a whole bunch of stuff to go over, but just your initial reactions here to Brad Ausmus's new job.
I would have been shocked if I didn't know he was a candidate for it. Like if it was one of those things where it was announced out of nowhere, I would have been like, whoa, but at least I knew he was in the running because we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. But I was still kind of surprised that he took the bench coach route, that's the word I'm looking for. But I don't know, like, does this feel like the Yankees are having him in the back pocket in case something goes awry in 2024, and at least having a bench coach who has major league experience, and it's not just some dude that they elevated from within the organization, because they do that sometimes. So I thought that was interesting. I think it's a very interesting choice from a couple of different angles.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this. Let me start with his career path is strange. From a coaching perspective, obviously he managed the Tigers, he managed the Angels, and then he wanted to be, front office stuff. He did some front office stuff before he became the coach in Anaheim. Then he left, and then he came back, and then he wanted to do the front office thing again. And now he's kind of like bouncing back and forth, kind of a bit of a pendulum swing. So that's interesting from my perspective. He's also, in that same breath, had bouncing back and forth success. Like he had some good years with Detroit. He had some not good years at Detroit. He had a really bad season in Anaheim from multiple fronts. And then he went to Oakland, which of course, Oakland. So like there's a lot going on here as far as he's concerned. But yeah, I like that you brought that up pretty much right away. Like, is it this a back pocket move? We don't know what the length of this contract is at this point. Yeah. We are assuming 1 year because that's what Aaron Boone's contract is left.
Yeah, because we were joking about it before we started recording that there's no details. We just know that he's the bench coach, and we know this because of Twitter and Instagram. But other than that, there hasn't really been any. There's no details. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. He's the bench coach, and I guess it's because he's the bench coach. And I can't speak today. Bench coach. That's not that easy. Try it, audience. Because he's that position, it's not one of those things that has a lot of fanfare, no matter who it is filling the position. So
yeah. Your base coaches will have even more, and that's saying a lot. Like when Ron Washington left Atlanta, it's like a big deal. Yeah, right? You're just like, whoa, Ron Washington left. It's like because you actually physically see them on the field.
Yeah, you don't even. Did we know? I didn't know what Carlos Mendoza looked like, and he'd been there for a little bit. And when I saw his picture, when I saw his picture, I was like, oh, that's Carlos Mendoza. Plus, there's so many people in the dugouts now that I don't know who anyone is anymore who isn't an actual person on the roster, and other than Boone and maybe Matt Blake, but. Oh, no, I know what Matt Blake looks like. Okay, I do know what he looks like. But everyone else?
Skinny tall guy. Long neck. So what we've gathered here is that, this isn't too dissimilar than any bench coaching role in general. He's going to be an info man, the guy that kind of communicates to the team, the game plans and things like that, which is obviously, considering the Yankees' plights right now, is a little important, right? The communication issues have been documented from the Yankees front. So Ausmus comes in that regard. And just like every bench coach, they're kind of the right-hand man of your manager, which he knows Aaron Boone. Obviously, he was drafted by the Yankees. Weirdly enough, he did not play for the Yankees. He was in the minor league system, but then ended up going to the Rockies in the expansion draft. So that kind of tells you the era of which we're dealing with when he was a player. But
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but he does have some pedigree. We mentioned he was a manager of the Tigers. He had a very quick, brief stint in Anaheim, and then he had 1 year as a bench coach in Oakland. He also was a coach during this most recent WBC. So he has some experience, that's for sure, and he has a very long playing career under his belt too.
Yeah. Now, this is a question I posed before we started recording, and I'm going to ask you this because I've always wondered about this. He's a former catcher, and former catchers seem to make good MLB managers, and I'd like to know why. Like, maybe there are some people out there that don't know this answer.
Yeah. So, I mean, typically, and this is really maybe not the wisest way to say this, but this is how I think of it. Your catchers are typically your smartest players. Caveats, clearly.
Right.
But like, just a blanket statement there. Because they have to see all facets of the game. They have to see everything. They have to manage many, many things just as a player, because you're clearly dealing with not just your starting pitcher, but your entire bullpen. You have to know your whole bullpen back to front. You have to know your whole starting rotation. You have to know how your defense plays. You need to know you're commanding the troops. You're a quarterback, right, of everything. And you're the only guy facing the only other direction that's on defense, right? So you're looking at everything. Everyone's looking at you. You're looking at everyone else.
I never thought of it that way. That's
you're
true.
the only guy looking that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything runs through your catcher, right? So that's why typically you see the better managers, the longer managers, were at least at some point a catcher on the other side, right? If they were a former player. So in short, that's basically it, because they have to be ingrained in pretty much all facets of the game elsewhere. So
yeah, that
that's
makes
kind of
sense.
it.
Yeah, but I do like that they're the only ones facing in that direction. That's funny.
They're the only
Unless you're Mickey Rivers in the late 70s when Goose Gossage first came over, and he was giving up a lot of home runs and fly balls, and Goose Gossage didn't know why he was facing toward the wall, and Thurman Munson had to tell him, he's basically waiting for you to give up a ball to the wall, and he's just facing the wall.
Waiting for it.
Yeah.
Yikes. Stace, there's some interesting stuff here I wanted to talk about with Ausmus. He's replaced some pretty high-level, high-regarded managers in his past. When he took over in Detroit, he took over for Jim Leland, who clearly that was like a big deal. And when he came over to Anaheim, he took over for Mike Scioscia. So, like, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a big burden to carry.
Yeah.
For one, again, to middling success, kind of teetering back and forth. The time in Anaheim was really, really rough. I'll get to that in a second. But just your thoughts on that, Stace, like the Leland Scioscia kind of thing. And obviously, he played under Joe Torre when he was in Los Angeles, so like he knows where he's coming from.
Right, which is maybe another reason why the Yankees hired him, because if they do have to go in that direction where they have to ask him to take over, he's not going to be afraid to, because he went into two pretty. I mean, those are big shoes to fill. Jim Leland and Mike Scioscia. That's enormous. And I think they probably believe that he has the fortitude in case he needs to take over at some point.
That's fair. I think that's fair. He obviously also has dealt with superstars. As a manager, he coached Miguel Cabrera, clearly in his prime.
Yeah.
Miguel Cabrera. He also obviously coached Trout. He coached Pujols. So I think that kind of leads into like knowing where your big players at in Aaron Judge, right, and Garrett Cole, and like understanding that side of things. And like when we're talking about him being kind of the communicator here of issuing information and that kind of stuff, he had to deal with a very, very serious tragedy in Anaheim when the untimely death of Tyler Skaggs, when he overdosed and passed away a couple of years ago. He was the manager of that team, and he had to come out and talk to media and deal with things because the front office wouldn't, and it turned into a whole obvious scandal, and it was a whole big old mess that got the federal government involved. Like it was a big, big deal.
Yeah.
And so he had to manage through that. And yes, the Angels were pretty terrible that season. But all in all, watching it pretty closely, I thought he did a pretty decent job in an impossible situation. He had to handle that.
Yeah, that's not an easy situation for anyone to be in. And I kind of feel it's unfair that they got rid of him so quickly because.
Oh, it was completely unfair.
Yeah.
I'll be frank with you. I didn't like the hiring in the first place when he got the job in Anaheim. Like, cards on the table. But, again, it was pretty unfair how he left because the Angels ditched him straight up first year of a 3-year contract, and they went and got Joe Maddon.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the most fair thing. Stacey, we're kind of running out of time here in this first segment, but I wanted to pitch this to you real quick. I think this might be a good guy for Austin Wells to lean on.
I think so too. I think so too. The whole former catcher thing is going to work out well in the Yankees' favor. Maybe during spring training, this could be really interesting.
Yeah, because considering the struggles that Austin Wells has, everything that we know about him is it's not defense first, like a lot of catchers. It's offense first. So not that he did a bad job. I thought when he came up, obviously it was a short amount of time defensively to watch him. But I'm curious to see what kind of impact he has, and always having that type of guy that has 18 major league years under your belt behind the plate. I'll say it again, doesn't hurt. Yeah. So we'll see how that all pans out. Let us know how you're feeling about this signing, Brad Ausmus, here in the comment section on the YouTube side. We are going to step aside. Of course, it's Thanksgiving, so we need to talk about that. But don't forget to leave your Fan Mail Friday questions. That's coming up in 2 days, or one day on Friday, Fan Mail Friday. So reply to that pinned comment here on YouTube. And of course, join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club. You get a whole bunch of perks, including Fan Mail Friday priority. And of course, they're part of the show today in our next segment. So stick around.
Score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. So if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is super easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. And it's Thanksgiving week. The 3 games on Thanksgiving are already underway if you're watching this, but you have a Black Friday game between the Jets and Miami at MetLife Stadium, and you have the Giants hosting the Patriots on Sunday, also at MetLife. It's going to be a party at MetLife this weekend. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Back here on Locked On Yankees. Hey, every day is, we just told you a second ago, but don't forget tomorrow is Fan Mail Friday. So if this is like, if you've always been on the fence, like, oh, I want to ask a question, but I'm a little nervous, like, throw it in. Just throw it in this time. It's okay. Throw it in. Maybe you'll get an answer. We don't bite. We're cool. Have you ever seen us like tear someone down? We're very inviting here on this show. So come hang out with us. Drop a Fan Mail Friday question here on the YouTube side. Reply to that pinned comment. Of course, as well, check out Locked On Sports Today. I know you're trying to get away from your family today. That's probably why you're listening to this as it comes out. So be like, I'm sorry, I'm watching Locked On Sports Today. So go check it out on YouTube, 24/7 streaming channel. You'll find it. You'll like it. It's cool. Go check it out. Okay, Stace, we wanted to do a little Thanksgiving stuff here today. This is an everyday show still. So, 'tis the season. And we wanted to share what we're thankful for. We also have some of our Locked On Yankees insiders sharing what they're thankful for here on the Yankee side. Stacey, I'm going to let you go first. We have a couple of them we wanted to talk about here today.
Okay. I am thankful for Alek Manoah running his mouth last offseason in a podcast. And I didn't get to mention this on our celebratory Cole episode because it was a celebratory episode and we wanted to elevate Garrett Cole's Cy Young and not talk about anything negative. But Alek Manoah was on a podcast last offseason and called Garrett Cole the biggest cheater in Major League Baseball history, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because does he not know A-Rod exists? Does he not know about the Houston Astros? Hello. So I would like to thank Alek Manoah. And I know that Garrett Cole was fueled by his not so great 2022 going into 2023. But I'd like to think that there was something in his head that he knew about this Alek Manoah thing because everyone was talking about it. And that kind of helped him win the Cy Young as well. Because, when you look at 2023 for Cole and 2023 for Manoah, you almost couldn't get more opposite of those two pitchers.
Just a little different, I'd say. I think that's a fair assessment. Look, Steve says it all the time. Didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Stacey, I want to start with something that maybe not everyone's thinking about in the Yankees world, because he's been around for so long, and you can forget how spoiled you are. And as a newcomer here to this world in the last couple of years, I'm thankful for Michael Kay. You don't realize how nice it is to have a good broadcaster, because there are teams that just do not like the guys that they have to listen to. And when you are an everydayer of this show or an everydayer of the Yankees, having to listen to the same person every single night, when you have someone good in that spot, it makes a world of difference. Michael Kay is great. He is one of the best in the business. He is a true professional. He's entertaining. He's creative. And I love listening to him. So I'm very thankful for Michael Kay.
You are right, though. I've listened to other booths, and I'm just like, I feel bad for people who root for other teams, because that's why when people do complain about Kay, I want them to be like, all right, turn on a random team's booth and see what people have to deal with. Yeah. I am thankful for Aaron Judge's performance during that really great series in Toronto in May.
I mean, how could you not be?
Because it was really like the best point of the season. Let's be real. Aside from maybe like Dominguez's performance in Houston, but Judge, just what he did during that series and what he had to deal with that series, with them accusing him of cheating and, him breaking the maple leaf and him doing the covering the eyes thing. And it was just like, I mean, it's annoying that the highlight of the season was in mid-May, but
yeah,
I'm thankful that it happened, because it was a lot of fun, especially with the Blue Jays and how they tend to run their mouths, because it's not only Manoah that runs his mouth. Vlad Jr. also runs his mouth about the Yankees. So it's kind of nice when the Yankees go in there and they're like, yeah, we're going to take 3 out of 4 and we're going to beat you up.
And let me add to that he dealt with it gracefully.
Yes, he really did.
There was no flashiness to it. This was the flashiest it got.
Yeah. And remember how shocked we were that he did that? We were kind of
I was like, whoa,
you never see that great kind of thing from Judge. Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
He sunned them. I'm
going to stay on. Yes. I'm going to stay on that front, because mine stems off of that moment. I'm thankful for Luis Rojas.
And
just how awesome he was and how much he stepped up in that moment. And he was so ready to fight for his guys. I love that. Love a gamer. Love a guy that sticks his neck out. And also, side note, I need Luis Rojas to drop his workout routine, because dude's ripped, and I'm trying to get on the Luis Rojas school of training. So
the school of swole.
Yeah, school of swole. Yeah, drop your skincare routine. Drop your workout routine, bro. I want to see it. I just like Luis Rojas.
Yeah, he was great during that. That was good. You always like to see that. You like to see the coaches back up players and back up the manager and just be like, bro, what are you doing? And that's basically what he did. I am thankful for you, Steve.
And thank you for getting my email that told you to say that.
He did not send me an email to say that. No, honestly, let's be real. You made me want to record every day, because it's hard doing this show by yourself. And I was burned out. I was burnt out during last year's off season. And you came in like a beacon, a beacon of hope that helped me out. And I just really appreciate everything you do for me and the show.
Oh, thank you, Stacey. That's so sweet. And thank you for all your knowledge too, because there's a lot of Yankee stuff that I wasn't there for, man. I wasn't there. I don't know things I wasn't around for. So I'm thankful that you bring that to the show. It's really saves my butt. My last one, Stace, and then we want to get to our Yankees insiders. Oswaldo Cabrera's energy. I'm just thankful for it, man. I just love watching him play, even if he's not playing great. I just love his energy. I love the happiness. I love the passion he brings to the game. It makes me happy every time, man. I just love watching that kid play.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to just say thank you. It's good. It's good for the soul. And we have some Locked On Yankees insiders who, of course, we're always thankful for. Thank you, guys. We're also thankful for people. Hey, if you don't have $5 a month, it's okay. Look, we're all short on money. It's all right. You don't have to be an insider for us to be thankful for you too. If you just watch this show, man, we're super happy that you are here. Whether it's your first time, your 1,000th time, whatever. We're really appreciative of you. This is coming from our Locked On Yankees insider, Kike, telling us, I am thankful for my guys in pinstripes who abuse their bodies day in and day out for our entertainment. I'm thankful for those we do not see behind the scenes who are working their blank off to provide us some classic Yankees baseball. Thankful for Jacoby Ellsbury. Also thankful for you two and everyone providing us who crave more than just the game with some insight and content about the team and sport we love. Thankful for T-Mobile for providing me free MLB.TV, and I dislike blackout rules. Well, thank you for Kike. That was a mouthful. But
Ellsbury? Really?
Hey. You never know.
I gotta text Kike later and be like, well, what?
Yeah, I like that one, man. Also, not sponsored by T-Mobile. You're welcome, T-Mobile. And then we have one more here today coming from a tried and true Stacey and OG, Betty, telling us, thankful that I've managed to maintain that never-ending Yankee hope that every season can be the season. And thankful for the two of you and how great you are on this show. Happy Turkey Day. Oh, Betty.
Betty, thank you.
Warm my heart, Betty. Warm my lump of coal in my heart. Thank you, guys. We're so glad that you're part of the show. And in the comment section, of course, while you're leaving Fan Mail Friday questions, tell us what you're thankful for. This is a day of gratitude. This is a day that we should be thankful for things. Obviously, we come in here and yell about things all the time, but it's super important that we step back and give it some time. You know, it's not the best day every day, but there's something good you can take out of every day. So hopefully you can do that with us here in the show. So reply here on the YouTube side. All right. Talked about baseball, talked about Thanksgiving. Let's just talk about Thanksgiving next. A break from baseball when we come back. Back here on Locked On Yankees. It's Thanksgiving Day. Stacey, have we talked about this in the show? Dude, we talk about so much stuff. Thanksgiving's like, yes, we did talk about it. It's like always been my favorite holiday. Might be my second now because I love Halloween.
Right.
We talked about during the Halloween episode.
Yes.
Where's Thanksgiving for you? Let's rank it. Locked On Power Rankings. Where's Thanksgiving for you holiday wise?
I think second. I'm a Christmas person. I like Christmas. I just like the decorations and stuff. And when I give presents to people and they like them, it makes me happy, you know?
Sure.
Because I'm one of those people, like, I'll think of something that someone really likes to do, like their hobbies, and I'll get them something connected to their hobbies. I'm not one of those people who's just going to buy someone a scarf because it's cold kind of thing. Like, I think about what they like to do, and I'm a thoughtful gift giver, and I just like making people happy on Christmas. But yeah, Thanksgiving second, because I like eating, and Thanksgiving is really about eating. So yeah, I would say second.
Okay, here's the stupidest question. Maybe this isn't a total break from baseball here. This popped in my head. This was not pre-planned. Let's people are like, oh, rank your favorite foods or tell me your favorite foods. I'm gonna throw a baseball spin on this. Thanksgiving food starting rotation.
Ooh.
That's a baseball spin on it. But we could do it collectively. We could do it collectively here.
Okay.
So we got to come up with an ace, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And then for fun, we'll give it like a swing longman piggyback guy, like your Ryan Weber's, your Albert Abreu. Like let's give a piggybacker. So who's our ace? We got to start at the top. I'm gonna make a pitch, ironically enough, for mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Mashed potato Cy Young 2024.
Yes. Oh God, yes. I made the mashed potatoes last year. Threw some sour cream in them.
Ooh.
Threw some did I make them garlicky last year? I think I did too. Yeah, I did like a whole bunch of stuff to the mashed potatoes because
nice.
I'm one of those people, I don't put gravy on my mashed potatoes. I season them enough where I don't have to put gravy on them.
Look, I love me gravy.
Yeah, I do too.
1A, you can 1A gravy alongside that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Are you one of those people that are like, oh, the turkey sucks? Are you one of those people?
No, I like turkey.
Okay, same. I'm a big turkey fan. So
I think I'm people don't like turkey because the people who are cooking it for them don't cook it right.
Thank you, Stacey. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'll be doing. That's what I'm doing probably right now as you're watching this or listening to this. I'm making my turkey right now. It's brining in the fridge as we speak. Nice. So I'm going to go 2. I think my number 2 is turkey.
Yeah. Because what's Thanksgiving without turkey?
It's just another day.
It's just
a regular Thursday and it's just a Thursday.
Yeah.
So he's your number 2. He's like, okay, potatoes had to throw last day of the season, so game 1 of the ALDS, turkey starting. I like that. Who's our 3? This is where it starts getting a little dicey because potatoes and Potatoes and turkey are like the one, right? Like those are your guys. Those are your aces. Those are
I
your
like
your
a
top
really
two.
good stuffing.
Ooh, see, I'm not a stuffing person.
Oh, see, I had one of the best stuffings of my life at my grandmother's nursing home. All of the cooks were Jamaican, and they made this cornbread stuffing, and it
Okay,
was
I
like
can vibe with that.
it was honestly the best stuffing I've ever had in my life up to that point, and I was nearly 40 at the time when I had it, and I was
Wow,
like, oh,
significant.
I got like seconds and thirds of that stuff. It was really like if you know someone that can do a really good stuffing, it could be number 3
Okay,
in the rotation.
how about I go with? Can I go with 4 on that? Because this is my reasoning here. Because this is
Okay.
dumb and this doesn't matter. A really good stuffing, right? In your world, like cornbread, that sounds great.
Hmm.
Like if you get that out of your 4, you're like, dude, yes,
True.
right? Like, oh, your 4 like came up big that day.
Yeah.
He came
Yeah.
up, he threw 6 shutout, and you're like, yes, thank
Yeah,
you,
like-
Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, like nice, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm gonna go. I'll give you stuffing 4 because I'm not a
Okay.
stuffing person.
Okay.
So if they step up big, so we still need a 3. My pitch again, ironically enough. Can I pitch green bean casserole? I'm one of those people. I like green bean casserole a lot.
That's so funny. We were discussing that earlier because my Aunt Tina, may she rest in peace, made that every holiday. Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Greek Easter, like that was her thing. Yeah, like
Wow.
she always made it. Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say 4th of July.
Yeah. No. But yeah,
Happy
it was
4th of July. Here's a green bean casserole.
yeah, that was the thing that you would see. Along with like other Greek stuff too, because it was my dad's sister. But yeah, the green bean casserole was big at their house.
So yes, are you good with 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Why
So
not?
we need a 5 and we need a long man. Dude, sleeper hit here. Sleeper hit there. It's not the star of the show. It's why it's the 5. I'm gonna go with dinner roll.
Yes.
A
Yes.
good dinner roll, right?
A
Same
good-
thing as your 4. If you get a
Yes.
performance out of your 5, you're like, dude, I need you to step up today.
Like all the stuff is left over on the plate. You have some gravy, scoop the
You got to swap it up.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm with you on that.
And then who's our long man? Man, that might have been a good long man though,
Mm,
because he could fill in. Someone gets hurt.
yeah.
Like if you don't have a mashed potato, you can still mix your turkey. You know, I'm gonna switch it if that's cool with you. Can we
Okay.
switch dinner roll to the long man?
Okay.
Maybe my 5. My 5 is a little different. My family doesn't do cranberry sauce. We do a
Okay.
cranberry jello,
Interesting.
and it has like pecans in it, and like it's kind of bizarre, but it's actually really good. But I don't know if you're are you a cranberry family?
The can. You know, my
Just
dad was
slice.
my dad was the big cranberry person. I didn't really my friend made like a cranberry what's it called? Not a brulee, but like a something, but it was like chunky cranberry with orange and something else in it. And oh,
This is nice.
that was really good. That I would eat on Thanksgiving. I've never really been a cranberry person. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, we're missing a big one. Pumpkin pie.
Oh yes.
Pumpkin pie are 5 because it's a sweet, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be towards the end.
Pumpkin pie, whipped cream, and then you get a big enough canister of whipped cream so you have it left over for like at least a week after Thanksgiving, and you go to the
Oh, yeah.
refrigerator at
And then
least
you
3 times a day.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page. Okay, so our rotation, our Thanksgiving starting rotation, mashed potatoes are ace. The 2 is turkey. The 3 is what was our 3?
The green bean casserole.
Oh, green bean casserole. Our 4 is stuffing. Our 5 is pumpkin pie. And our long man, if you're going to a 6 or whoever fills in the Johnny Burrito of this whole thing, is dinner roll.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
I think that's an AL East winning rotation.
Although I will say, I made a Brussels sprouts gratin last
Oh, that's right.
Thanksgiving.
You told me about
That
that.
would definitely be a 2.
But at this stage, the Randy Vasquez.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh, Sevy's out, Domingo's out, everyone's out, Nestor's down.
Yes.
Call Randy.
Yes. But if you look up Brussels sprouts gratin, the recipe for it, it's so good. It's like a potato gratin except with Brussels sprouts, and yeah. I'm gonna make it not for Thanksgiving. I'm doing it Christmas this year, but I'm gonna do it in a big giant pan so
Awesome.
I have leftovers for at least a week and a half. So
Do it. Look it up. That was fun. Give us your rotation. Give us your rotation in the comment section here on YouTube. Stacey, what do we got coming up tomorrow?
We have fan mail Friday. We'll be talking about the questions. We'll be answering the questions that you give us, and I don't know what they are yet, so that'll be fun.
We usually don't know until day of.
Yeah,
we got a good one though. There's one I was super excited for, just by the way. So try and beat that in the comment section here on YouTube. Join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club, and again, to all you guys out there, we are very thankful for you. We are very grateful for you. You guys make this so much easier that there's an audience and that you guys care. We really, really appreciate it. So happy Thanksgiving from Stacey and me. And sorry, we can't keep doing this. You have to go talk to your family now. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You just gotta. Or you can check out Locked On Sports today. You just go watch the 24/7 show. Anyway, that's going to do it for this Thanksgiving edition of Locked On Yankees. I'm Steve Granado.
And I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. We'll see you on Black Friday.